Of legends all round. We've got Hoff, Van Koeverden, Erik Larsen, Tim Brabants, and Anders Gustafsson, Ali Yurenia, and that's not missing out many. Murray Stewart, Jost Jarecki, who's actually come across from slalom skiing, and Torben Fröse. So yeah, it could be anyone's race, I guess, today.
Well, this is the who's who of men's kayaking, isn't it really, Matt? They're all here. It's star-stuffed. We have two Olympic champions in the shape of Erik Larsen and Tim Brabants. We have world champions.
Van Koeverden's won a gold in Athens, didn't he, at the 500?
Absolutely, but not in the 1,000. We have world champions here. You have everything that you could possibly want in a men's K1 1,000 metres. Of course, we've got the two elder statesmen there in the shape of Erik Larsen and Tim Brabants, alongside the likes of youngster Ali Yurenia from Belarus in lane 9. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Delighted to see Tim Brabants in lane number 6. He has been in a difficult selection battle this season with Paul Wycherley. Both raced with great credit through the 2 World Cups, and Tim has made it through here. There in lane number 6 in your picture with a white cap on, and he's representing GB here today in the final.
Very clear stuff. They're in the boots. They're not going to be hanging along for a long time.
And we could see a selection of race strategies here. Van Koeverden could take it out early. He has done in the past.
But he's had a terrible start there.
Yeah. And we know Erik Larsen's signature finish, so we'll see what's happened.
Storms over, doesn't it? Very close in the first 100 metres.
And we can see that Murray Stewart out in lane 2 is taking it just ahead. There's Anders Gustafsson in the middle of your picture right now from Sweden. And, well, you could almost draw a piece of string across those first 4 boats.
After a bad start, Van Koeverden looks like he's coming through again. Normally he's leading for the first 750 metres, often leads over the line, but was caught in the last few metres last week.
Yeah, you can see Adam there with the red tip of his boat, very distinctive, but out on the far side it is Murray Stewart from Australia. He's been dominant again in the men's K1 class down in Australia, had a great race series, so let's see how he matches up this week. In lane 7 you've got Max Hoff, or Torben Fröse, sorry, from Germany. He's right there as well.
Still 2.5 minutes of action to go, so it's going to be tactical at this stage, I guess. No panicking going on, but yes, in lane number 2, Murray Stewart is so far almost a boat length ahead of Adam Van Koeverden from Canada.
And just behind him, you'll also see Gustafsson, but that is still Murray Stewart. He's really taken over from Ken Wallace in the K1 event, but you'll see just behind him in lane 4, that's Adam Van Koeverden, with Fröse in 3rd place, with Tim Brabants just behind him in lane 6. That's Max Hoff in lane number 3. He had the fastest qualifying time, 3:33.
Come over the halfway line, 500 metres to go, and it's still anyone's game.
Stewart looking very comfortable there, as is Van Koeverden. Look, you can see they know exactly what they're doing. Lane 5, Erik Larsen. Don't discount this man in the green boat.
Last week in Poznan, he came through from nowhere in the last 50 metres to take the 2nd place. Rennie Poulsen-Holsen was leading that, but he's not here today.
And that's the signature of Erik Larsen's racing strategy. You can see Ali Yurenia, the youngster from Belarus here, and he's just 22. He's coming right up in contention. Gustafsson's closing in. I tell you what, there's going to be a real dust down in the last 250 for this.
350 litres to go, and it's going to be 4 of them in a line. Murray Stewart is coming a little bit off the pace.
There's Anders Gustafsson. He's an Olympian. He's loved the K1 500, but he's really got involved in this 1,000. He's doing well.
He's been training with Van Koeverden, so they obviously know each other inside out.
So we're on the 200. There we go, Van Koeverden and Yurenia head to head.
150 metres to go. In your picture, Ali Yurenia from Belarus. And Van Koeverden from Canada has the pedigree, is the reigning world champion over this race.
And Murray Stewart out there in lane number 2 isn't done yet, but Van Koeverden's looking strong, and look there.
100 metres to go, and it's going to be very, very close. It looks like Ali Yurenia, the bottom of the picture, is equal with Adam Van Koeverden.
Gustafsson and Erik Larsen coming through very quickly, but it looks as if it's still with Yurenia. And yes, I would say Yurenia takes it ahead of Van Koeverden, and Erik Larsen comes right into the medals at the end.
Ali Yurenia, born in 1990. He's been talked about for the last couple of years. He's been coming through, but he actually showed today that when it matters, he knows how to control a race.
Well, he's been a hot property, really, over the last couple of years. Becoming a regular visitor to the podium. And so often he's just been knocked down the results list when it comes to the big event. But again, he's just got such class.
He's got a big set of shoulders on him. He obviously develops a lot of power out there.
Well, these guys do a lot of work in the gym, as you can imagine, particularly during the winter. And there we see on the slow-mo.
At the end, it's clear, isn't it?
I'd say that's with Yurenia. And again, look, Larsen is always there in the end.
Takes in the third position, just edging out Anders Gustafsson from Sweden.
Yurenia got a really good start there.
Van Koeverden left a couple of meters behind the rest, wasn't he?
Not his best. But again, the thing about 1,000 meters is that if you don't have the best of starts, you can make up for it later in the race, which is completely different to the 200s, where the start is everything. Murray Stewart.
But with still 6 weeks to go into the Olympics, we don't actually know where they are in their training cycle, do we? As these the top guys have all qualified now, it's difficult to know how important this is for them.
Again, they're all sort of coming towards the end of their winter training. They're coming out to sharpen their racing skills. They'll go back and do some more base training as they prepare for the Olympic Games coming up a bit later on. Some will race at the Europeans in June. Obviously, those from the continent of Europe. But for others, they'll just go back and they'll go back into base training. Longer distance stuff. Lots of hard work in the gym. And then taper for the games.
But the first four, within a second, within maybe half a second, it does look good, doesn't it, coming up?
Well, this is the way you want racing, isn't it? It's just all fractions of seconds.
And finally, yes, we do have the confirmed results. First, Ali Yurenia, second, Adam Van Koeverden, and third, Erik Larsen.